I have created a mockup by considering OG movie poster reference. Please watch entire video. Hello everyone, today we'll see what is mockup. So mockups are basically a visual representation of a UI screen that shows how the application will look. So for an instance, as a business analyst, you will be charged for gathering the requirements, and sometimes your stakeholders will not be having a clarity about the requirement, how it is going to turn into be UI level. So in that situation, as a business analyst, you will be taking the charge of taking the requirements and you will be transforming same the requirements into the blueprint. So in terms of mockups you will be creating. So these will basically help the stakeholders to understand a clarity how the requirements are going to turn into be the UI level in the application. So that is the whole purpose. That is the sole purpose why we create a mockups as a business analyst. Okay, and basically this will reduce misunderstanding before the development. So these mockups as a BA, once you capture the requirements, once you gather the requirements on the stakeholder, you cannot directly give it to the development team because there should be a clarity or the confirmation that we need to receive from the stakeholders if the requirements are feasible or not. So in case if you create these mockups, it will be easier for the stakeholders to understand. So you can get validated from the stakeholders as soon as once you created a mockups. So imagine a situation that you were building a house, and before you proceed in building a house, you tend to have a blueprint which showcase whole rooms, land, square feet, where does the rooms come in, how much space that is available, everything you can view at the blueprint. So before you proceeding in building the house, you tend to prepare a blueprint which will help you to understand how does your plan is going to, how you can able to execute your plan. So yeah, so similarly, like as a BA, before you build up any application, you kind of create a mockups because this will help to get a clarity for the stakeholders. Okay, so I'll be creating one mockup live so that you'll understand better. So I was currently in one of the tool. So here there is one image available. So let's imagine I got a requirement to include a text. Okay, so I want to include here a text upon getting the confirmation from the stakeholder. As a BA, I will be creating a mockups. So the requirement is I need to add a text here. Okay. So let me add a text. Okay. I have added text. Let me click Control A and I will increase the size. Okay. I'll be increasing the size. Yeah. So let me change the color. So I'll change the color to red. So now you can see that, yeah. Then I want to add a few more text above the title. So Control A and let me increase the size. And yeah, yeah, let me, yeah, and I got a requirement also from the stakeholder to include a image. Okay, okay, one image. So let me add that image also. So before I add that image, let me complete in including the text. Okay, so I'm done with the text adding. So make sure that is consistent. Whatever the text you are adding, it is consistent throughout the mockup, entire mockup. Okay, and now I was asked to include a image on this mockup by the stakeholder. Let's imagine. So what I'll do is I'll go here. Let's imagine this is one image. Okay. The stakeholder was asked me to uh, add. Now I'll copy this and I'll go to tool and I'll paste here. So yeah, but reduce the image size. Okay, reduce the image size. Yeah, and yeah, you can continue to add image. So as birthday is around the corner, let me write. So I'm done with adding the text. Let me increase the size and yeah, let me change the color, text color to red. So yeah, I've changed the color to red and yeah. So as you can notice that earlier there is only one screen. Okay, so based on getting the requirement from the stakeholder, I was turned into something realistic. So based on the requirement, I have changed the uh, image, entire image after adding the requirement of the stakeholder. So this is how you will be doing in the real time as well. So if you want to create mockups, so this is how you do. So now if anyone can view this image, they can get a clarity what they are going to develop, they will get a clarity. So it's all about why business analysts create the mockups. So this is the main purpose why you create, because it will help to get the clarity. The developers can directly get developers can directly uh, understand the requirement which you are getting from the stakeholder and they can develop, but sometimes there will be misunderstanding. So to make it avoid those kind of misunderstanding, as a BA, you will create a mockups in the same way how I am created. So I hope you have understood what is the concept of mockup. So we are starting new batch on business analyst and scrum master very soon. So if you want to know the real time business analyst, how does BA will be working in the workspace, then you must enroll to our course, which we are starting very soon. So all the sessions of the business analyst will be trained in a way that is understandable easily for anyone. So we will use simple layman concepts and simple layman terms which will help you to understand even more better. I hope the concept or the idea which I was taken in representing in showing you how exactly the mockups will be created by business analyst, through this you can understood, I guess. So thank you and please subscribe and like the video.